Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Pesina. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile and Smoke. You're watching Gaming Trouble. And remember, if you don't watch, you got caged.
Level 1. Rhythm. We up in here today. Yeah. Check it out now. Let me tell it, homie. Around my territory, listen to my true story, let me tell it, homie. This is how it pop off around my territory. Better show love, show never better back up off me. This is how it go down around my town. Defending my title, survival, defeat challengers. Check out how I made it from scratch, just call me crossfader. Wrote it down on paper, now haters can catch the gas vapor. Crossing state of federal flavor, we keep it several. Now wipe the sleep right out your eyes if your vision's blurry. We mainly ravage those savages who fly by night. With Alibaba notorious, you can call me Papa. The showstopper, hold it down like a shot blocker. So all my riders get up and do the gangster strut. You a dumb chick with a big butt, now mix it up like mutts. Getting dirty in the dust, the kid and never lose my touch. When the pressure's on steel, guaranteed much.
From that on you. Believe in my heart every night and day. I'm strung out on you. I can hardly wait to see you again.
You are correct.
Dude, the link's there. What's up, my awesome players? How you doing, everybody? Welcome, happy Friday to all of you awesome players out there. Welcome to a special episode of Gaming Trouble. Of course, you already know my awesome crew. We got the Neon Shogun, the one who's about the awesome beard in the business, the one who is all about those ARPGs, JRPGs, and of course, those stealth games and mixed martial artists. And of course, he's into that indie games, indie wrestling, Tony San Miguel. And of course, yes, I want to warm everybody up to it. Then of course, we also have the one who's about the awesome cosplays, the Shadow Fire guy. He's also about the knowledge of video games, and he knows about the lore, and he's all about that knowledge. Not only that, he's also a mixed martial artist himself, Johnny Alicea. And of course myself, Taurence Hudson, aka the old school player, aka the Iron Heart of Xbox. But of course, we already know the crew, but we're going to introduce our special guest. He is a Patreon member. He is also about the vroom vroom cars, indeed. He's also into the video games, Mr. 455 Vet. Indeed. That's awesome, man. So, to get started, to get warmed up, tell our awesome players out there all about yourself and how you got into the world of video games. Okay. And you guys get. Yes. They can't hear him? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, hold on a second. Let's find out. Oh, what's going on here? They can't hear you? Let's find out. Let's find out what's going on. That's weird. I broke it. Indeed. Hold on. Here we go. I think I found the problem. Japanese. No, it should be on. Yeah, the audio should be there. Keep talking, guys. Yeah. Hold on a second. Try again. Test. Test, test. No? Nothing? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, no, no good. Hold on. What's going on? That's not good. Oh, no, 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 it's not. It's not. Oh, wow. What the heck? Okay, no, no, it should be on. It should be on. The video should, the audio should be on. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Unfortunately, it happens once in a blue moon. This is actually the first time. Hold on. Hold on. My goodness. All right, hold on. Ah, okay. All right, go ahead. Talk again. Nothing. No, no, no. This is the first time this actually happened. Oh my goodness. It's been a while. Nothing. Still can't hear him, huh? Sorry, guys. Sorry, just give me one second. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, vet. Sorry, guys. I had this all. It does. It does. My computer. Yeah, because my computer updated like not even too long ago. That's probably what happened, and now I have to reset everything. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize. So yeah, don't worry about it. We'll get this right. We'll get this right. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, go ahead. Now all the audio's down. All the audio's down. See, I knew it. I knew something. Yeah, freaky. Yeah. So, yeah, yes, I'm working on it. I'm sorry. Just like I said, it's not my fault. I'm singing the blues. Oh, it's so horrible. But party at a time. Oh, Friday, yeah, it's Friday night, and it feels alright. Okay, hold on.
just riding the gravy train for a minute. And hell, when I get home, to be fair, this week I think I've spent more time playing Top Gear 2 and Rock and Roll Racing than I have.
I think the audio's back, guys.
Oh, dude, I used to play Top Gear 1 with my godbrother all the time on the Super NES.
Oh yeah.
The first game. That was so good.
Okay, so, all right, so, yeah, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, keep going.
All right.
All right, I'm good now, so I can talk.
Yes, you can. So let's go for it, man.
So back to my story. The first console that really impressed me was the NES. I still have massive stuff for it. I will always hold that as like my number one probably favorite game console of all time because it was one of those that I just had to have. But then I remember, me and my mom, I grew up playing games like Zombies Ate My Neighbor.
Ooh, great game. Yes. Oh, losing to Gaia. Ha ha.
It's a game. I know it sucks compared to all the others, but it's still something that for me as a kid puts me in a happy place.
It's an acquired taste.
Donkey Kong Country 2, 3, oh, absolutely. And it was one of those scenarios, kind of like I played the NES, and my parents ended up owning two systems. So
Okay.
it was like it was kind of after the Nintendo, like the PlayStation and N64 era. My cousin had a PlayStation. I busted out playing Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that back in the day. But my brother had an N64, so GoldenEye, I used to throw him in those games. So I definitely played those games that have some emotion for me. But like through the mid-90s, I was a PC kid. Like I got on PC and I stayed on PC until probably the first console that hooked me back into hardcore was Dreamcast. And then I had to have everything.
It's thinking.
So like when it comes to Dreamcast, it was like I had the mouse and keyboard, I had the steering wheel, I had the joysticks, I had the fishing poles, I had 4 controllers, I had all the DUs, drum stacks, I had a plethora of games. It was the first game console my dad surprised me with from day one release. I actually got it, didn't think I was getting it. And I'll never forget like opening that box up and realizing I didn't get a game, but I had a demo disc. So I played the crap out of that demo disc until I got my first game. But it was, and when the Dreamcast died, I think I died a little bit.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh man, it was that crush that, especially considering how much I had mouthed with my buddies that had PS2. To have to then jump to a PS2. So yeah, I had even words there, and don't get me wrong, Gran Turismo 3, Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I definitely enjoyed those to my grade. And and ever since then, it's just been console after console, Xbox 360, and during the 360, during the 360 era, I spent so much on PS3. I had the PS3, I had the 360, I had multiple PCs. I built a media center PC to play my games on the PC.
Nice. Oh, nice.
System off to the back corner. That was when I first got to kind of test my toes into like building custom quality setups.
Ooh.
I mean, if there was an upgrade that came out, it was like me and my cousin, we would go and set our work rate on Salem dollars. Spending stupid money that neither one of us were spending, but by God, we were spending.
Listen, you're a player, man. You're a player. You have to. You have to.
But I'll never forget when the 3D monitors came out. That Ace Compression 3D.
Oh yes.
I had to have it. We both were on the train to build SLIs for full parameters just to render that and run that stuff. And it used to make me sicker than an autoclave. It runs 15 minutes, but man, I would play that 15 minutes with just the motion sickness
VR at all. It just messes with me too much.
Yeah,
But
I have the same issue too with VR as well. It gives me nauseous, and I start getting headaches.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I
100%.
can't
Within
deal with that.
15 minutes, I go from feeling fine to migraine central. So
Yep.
I'm like, I love the tech. It's cool as hell. It's not for me. I wish it was.
Hmm.
But that's really my whole gaming life has still been that way. And then it got into later in life. I had the race rigs. I raced on iRacing. I raced in a couple race clubs with a couple other, like Assetto Corsa, some other games that we used to play. Um, even even some big rig games with some buddies. We'd get on there and play that, and that's a good time if you got the right friends doing stupid crap with 18 wheelers. It's pretty fun. Uh, but overall, like I don't know, it's just I've always played a little bit of everything, a little bit of everywhere. It wasn't until probably here in the past, I don't know, 5 years or so though, that like RPGs kind of made more sense and kind of set in with me. And especially with, I got into the portable handheld market and rolling that now with the save states and the ability to drop in and out. Plus, it gives me, really killer games that have killer storylines and with the save states, being able to flow it like that, it's a whole lot of fun. And now I'm wanting a good. Now I'm kind of when I chill out certain times, I want good stories, I want good things. It's just kind of what it is. But every time that I shoot off to retro, 9 times out of 10, I hit NES and I'm playing Top Gear 2. I'm playing Rock and Roll Racing. I'm busting out Donkey Kong because who can get away from that soundtrack?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's pretty much me. I'm everywhere and anywhere when it comes to this.
Right.
I just love it all.
That's an awesome
That's
an awesome
awesome.
history, man. With video games, bro. I mean, let me just tell you, video games just kind of sticks with you and it builds you. It builds your character. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. It really does. It's almost like it gives you a marker in history of yourself. Like literally every single genre, every single game you played is a marker in your life that actually is like was a great time that you actually had, a good discovery that you actually had. And it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel good every single time. Like basically, you can be, I don't know, elsewhere, and then all of a sudden you see that game, and then just the memories just flood back. You pick it up, you're like, oh, I remember this game. I remember when I was X, Y, and Z. I put Christmas time. Whatever. I opened this bad boy up and I played it all day and all night. It feels good. It just feels so good, and it makes you feel good. About just being a player, just enjoying video games in general. So awesome, man. So, but yeah, so I noticed that you had your name 455 Vet. So, I'm just wondering, 455 Vet, where exactly did that come from? I need to know the history of that particular name that you actually popped in there.
Okay, so the truth of the matter is, this is kind of fun. This is hilarious. So the 455 Vet that I have for YouTube is literally just a thrown together thing, because it's because my gamer tag that I have used since there was gamer tags. So when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Corvettes. Always have been, always will be. They'll never be. It's just an obsession. It's just going to stay that way. And when I was younger, buying hot rod magazines, looking at hot rod magazines. Well, I got obsessed with there was a black 67 Corvette Stingray, and the guy had modified it with a 454 blown, just killer engine. And so my gamer tag actually enveloped to be Vet 454 is what my true gamer tag is. And that's kind of how that all transitioned and happened. The Vet 455, it kind of happened because Vet 454 up in YouTube land was already freaking taken. So I was just like, well, let's go whatever I can find available here. All right, next number up, got it. Lock it in, let's go for it.
Nice.
But yeah, gamer tag is definitely Vet 454. It's meant something. And at this point, yeah, everybody just knows me as Vet, and that's it.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Cool.
Oh, I mean, whew. But I noticed that your emoji is it's your little is actually a blue vet. I know you wanted to get a black vet, because that's exactly where you.
Well, the blue vet. So that blue vet is actually ended up being my favorite. That is a 1996 Corvette Grand Sport. Only comes in blue and with a white stripe. It's got a red interior. It's my favorite car. If I ever get the chance to own one, that's probably the old school car I'm gonna get.
Nice.
It's low horsepower. It's low everything. It's doggy as crap, but I love the car and can't get enough of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So so now I'm going to throw you some ultimate questions your way. The top 5 video games you played of all time, and then of course the top 3 favorite consoles you played of all time. So let's start with the top 5 video games that you actually enjoyed in your lifetime.
So let's start at the bottom. Number 5 on my list. So going from bottom to top, number 5 on my list would probably be Donkey Kong Country. It's one that I've got a hankering for. Number 2 would probably be Top Gear 2. It's one of those games that I honestly can't get away from.
Ah, yes. Indeed.
Number 3, I'm gonna say would have to be Mass Effect 2 for me. Mass Effect 2. It's one of those games.
Yes.
Number 2. Gonna have to say Deus Ex Human Revolution. I've probably never put more hours in a video game.
Yes.
And then for my number 1 title of all time, and I'm gonna have to say it's gonna be Final Fantasy VII PlayStation 1. I just finished it. It's awesome, and
Nice.
I've just
Classic.
there's no reason that game should be that good from the age it's from, but it is. As everybody knows, it's epic.
No argument here. Trust me,
Nope.
everybody.
Top 5s.
Yeah, everybody who's played that, played the Final Fantasy VII can vouch for that, because that game right there, from its time, was the most epic RPG of all time. It's and hands down, it still is pretty much up there in the echelon of RPGs.
Maybe buy a PlayStation.
Buy a PlayStation, exactly, indeed.
It sold me on the PlayStation.
So, but now, your top 3 video game consoles of all time.
Top 3 video game consoles. I'm gonna have to go with the PS3.
Okay. Good choice.
Gonna have to go with the NES.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to go number 1 top tier console, top shelf, to Sega Dreamcast.
Yep, there it is.
Wow.
Outstanding Dream.
Nice.
See, I have no arguments there. Dreamcast still is like I still have this Dreamcast right here. Still.
There you go.
It's thinking. It's always thinking.
Still thinking, yeah.
Still thinking.
You're gonna make me cry, dude.
Oh yeah. So it's my.
Nice.
I should have never traded that in. Never.
Well, you can still get it. It's not too late. You can still go to a retro store and get one.
Oh yeah. You can probably
The
get
tears
one
I want to shed.
Oh, listen. Okay.
Yeah.
I know, Vet. I know for that you, for your heart of hearts. I mean, because you said that PCB died when Dreamcast kind of went away. I literally was shouting into the stratosphere because Sega decided to just quit. They should.
They decided just to pull the plug, though. And what really upset me was was that when Shenmue 2 was on its way to come out, they released it in Europe and they released it in Japan, and they had the audacity to not release it here in the United States. That's what really, really ticked me off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was a shitty move.
I was so upset.
That was a shitty.
It should have been America's last 2 Raw for the Dreamcast.
Yes.
Right.
I agree. And still to this very day, people are, saying that, how that console still could have competed, even though it didn't have the DVD drive, because the PlayStation 2 had the DVD drive. You could be able to play your DVD movies, which is the reason why there was a huge boost in the market for DVD players and DVD movies when the PlayStation 2 came out, because people wanted a PlayStation 2 because it did both. You could be able to play your games and watch movies.
It's how you can con your parents into getting it for you. It plays Blu-rays too.
See, that's the hook. That was the hook. Sony had the pretty much the market when it came down to that. So once they had that hook, of course everybody bought it. Everybody and their cousin and their uncle. It's number one. It was cheap. It was a cheap DVD player.
DVD. It was a cheap DVD player. DVD player. That's why people bought it.
Yep. And of course, you could also play PlayStation 2 games, even though the library was kind of paltry in the beginning.
PS1 games too, and it was backwards compatible with the PS1 though. So
see, that's and that also sold it. That also sold it because you could actually play the PlayStation 1 games slightly enhanced. Not really. It was just played a little bit better, But other than that, it's just it was just.
Yeah, it was a shame.
Yeah. But that's the reason why PlayStation 2 was actually the number one console in the world. 150 million consoles sold. Still has not been beaten. And I think the Switch 1 was very, very close. Very close. Almost by a slim margin. Almost beat that record. So... But still,
don't forget the Switch. Don't forget the Switch 2 has a good chance though, because it's already been the Switch 1's they sold the most consoles over Switch 1 though, believe it or not. Switch 2 is already up there now.
That's true.
Yeah, Switch 2 is tracking very well and selling very well compared to Switch 1. I mean, it's tracking to be in its first year, it's the second best selling console of all time compared to what I think. Yeah. Wow. I can't remember. I think maybe against the DS.
I believe so. I think it was either the DS. I think it was the DS though. The 3DS sold well though, but I didn't think it sold as much as the regular DS.
No, the 3DS sold really well. It just didn't sell very well in the beginning. They had a hard time getting it off the ground.
Yeah, because they didn't. The launch titles was a little bit weak. So.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what though. Right now, when it comes to the Switch 2, people are buying it in droves because they want to beat it before they get that price increase, which is actually going to be in September. So now people are actually buying it in FOMO, just so the fear of missing out. And not only that, it's still physical games are pretty much it's bread and butter. So for instance, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, that right there is completely on tiny little cartridge, little chip. You can play the whole entire game without having to, have no codes, no nothing. Just pop it in, and there it is. You're good to go. I just feel like the physical market is still going strong. So let's just keep it going.
The physical market's going really strong, and did you guys see the president of Nintendo come out and said that he feels that Nintendo will have a good physical presence for at least the next 20 years?
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't see that though, but that's a bold statement right there.
That's a bold statement. I was like, okay, wait a minute, do what?
20 years? Well, look, okay.
He said that he doesn't feel Nintendo really needs to hit into the digital sales until for about 20 years.
Well,
So that gives us what, 2 consoles?
pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. The
I mean,
way,
to be honest with you, I mean, if that's the case, though, then yeah, I'm going to be sticking with Nintendo, though. Because you know me, I love my physical games.
people love
So-
Nintendo. Nintendo right now is starting to become the pinnacle of video game. Video game royalty. Let's just put it that way, because everyone's saying that Nintendo, since they're not jumping into the digital age, like with both feet, they're saying, okay, well, you know what? We still have that market. We still have that. We have the games. People like people like to be able to display it. Have a good time. Say, hey, look what I got. That's. Cool.
I see what I said. They said that in 2009. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's true.
Wanted to get my facts straight. I knew it was said. Games Radar posted it a day ago, but yeah, it's from 2009. So here we are. We're exactly where they thought we would be.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Oh,
I got a question, may I?
Go for it. Go for it.
All right,
Yeah.
Vet. You gave me a clue on something. Your parents owned a computer store, but you got a lot of technical know-how. Did you study that stuff too?
So my dad, being the man that he was one of those people of, I mean, he's done all kinds of things, from building houses to, which is probably why I landed in the construction industry for job. But from everything on, it was hands on. So from probably 10 years old, I built my first computer.
Nice. Whoa.
Oh, cool.
So you just had a knack for it, huh?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's one of those deals of, up until the past couple years where all of this AI, cryptocurrency craze kind of leveled PC hardware. I would have buddies of mine call me and they'd be like, man, all right, this is my budget. What can I build for it? I'd be like, oh, well, I know you can get this and this and this and this and this. And I could get them generally within $5 of a PC build. And, and then I'd call them back. Hey, no, I thought about that. No, change it to this. And so they would normally give me a day or two to level out what was going to be the best thing for them. But no, it's just one of those deals of like, I love the hardware. Hardware has been my thing for years. PC, kind of, and it was so ever changing so fast. So getting hands-on, being hands-on, I mean, it's just part of who I am. It's what I love. But yeah, it's all thanks to my dad. I told my dad, I said, thanks for never allowing me to ever go down the alcohol and drug path, because you got me into hobbies that cost too damn much. So I never had money for any of that stuff. And then now today, like these days, PC hardware is so freaking expensive.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not paying $4,000 for a graphics card. When we used to pay
That's what it
$400 or
runs.
$500.
It's ridiculous.
If you're looking at a top of the line, I built a top of the line PC 2 years ago and spent almost $4,000 on the tower. And now that same PC, if I built it with today's modern equivalent of the same hardware, would be close to $6,000. And it's just like it's basically, it priced me out. I was just like, I'm kind of done with this. I don't want to chase this anymore. So that's where, I kind of, in 2018, I bought a Nintendo Switch, which started a whole evolution of itself. I don't want to talk about my backlog on Switch. Steam is way worse, but Switch is bad enough. But overall, I mean, I just love hardware. I love the numbers. I love knowing what stuff clocks at. When it comes to like these Android handhelds and stuff that I'm into now, because they're more the budget friendly option of tinkering land. it's like what processors it got, what's that clocked at, what GPU is it running, how many cores it got, what's it. So yeah, I'm a very technical nerd, big time on all that. Uh, you know, I'll never forget. Me and my cousin were talking about this not too long ago. I said, it's funny. I'll never forget two little nerds sitting in a bedroom with a box that said Linux on it, trying to figure out how to install Linux on a desktop PC. And I said, it's so funny now. I said, because now we use that operating system as daily drivers and do things on it that those kids could only dream of doing. And it's always funny to me how the world works.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy, man. Because Linux, now everyone, because you see, the thing is that people have been saying this before. People have been trying to get Linux on the PlayStation 3. Remember that when they actually had the Linux drive put onto a PlayStation 3?
Oh, absolutely.
But they modded their PS3 to actually run Linux, and you could be
able to. PS2 had the Linux disk.
That's right. They had the Linux disk, and and then you could be able to it was so cool because you could be able to get modded games onto a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3. Imagine playing Doom, the PC version of Doom, playing like classic games, arcade games, getting MAME to actually work on there, having like thousands of freaking arcade games to play on your dude. I mean, it was
emulators, man. I tell you,
dude,
and also the Neo Geo emulators as well, man.
Yes. Oh yes.
Those were awesome.
Johnny, that's your wheelhouse right there because I mean, trust me, the library was huge. I mean, playing games like Magician Lord and playing freaking
Ghost Pilots.
Yep. Oh God, all the classic games.
Yeah.
And and just the thing, when I was dabbling into like emulation for a little while, I used to get these little remember those little discs they used to have, they sell like the 12 packs and 14, like the big pack of those discs you could pop it into your computer. I used to have like hundreds of games on each disc, A through G, H through whatever, and I just had like hundreds of games. Just pop it in, playing Pac-Man, playing Donkey Kong, playing games that I played in the arcade a long time ago. This is like when video games, didn't get arcade games emulated to console yet, like legally, yet. And then because you actually had to go through like the System 22 and all these just to play Afterburner, playing Outrun, playing all those games, and almost like near arcade perfect. And now you can actually get them literally arcade perfect, like everything from the sound, from the graphics to everything, even the operating system behind. You can go to the debug mode and all that stuff. You can make it harder. You can all that stuff. It's crazy. A lot good times, man. Good freaking times. And you know what? That was the passion that I have and I still have. Even when I had my my laptop, RIP my laptop. I gotta tell you a funny story about that one. But after I finish this, I had thousands of games, every single type: Atari 2600, Atari 5200, Atari 7800, ColecoVision, Intellivision. Just you name the console, I had it emulated. I was just playing these games like absolutely crazy. And then every single time my PC exchanged hands, and then the technology kind of built on that. They had a new operating system for the new games because you had to change them over because it's not compatible with like the old OS systems and and you had to change it like from Windows 98 to like Windows 2000. Windows 2000, Windows 2000 sucks. Everyone knows Windows 2000 was a sham.
There was like no reason to even upgrade that. Yeah. You just stick with Windows 95.
Yeah, Windows 95 was the pinnacle. Windows 95 was the pinnacle. Windows 98 was pretty much almost like an enhanced version, and then Windows XP was pretty much like the just like the almost like the peak, and then they just started messing with everything. You know, they messed with the operating system, messed with this. Oh, you need to do this, update this, and update systems every other day. There was a new update, and what it would do, it would completely mess up everything. So you would have to start all over again. You had to look for the drivers, look for all that stuff, make sure the drivers were actually up to date, make sure the drivers actually were compatible with the new operating system, and you had to go through all that. Oh, it was a headache. Loved it though. It was fun, but still, you know, it was a pain in the ass. Good times though. So anyway, because I can go deep into PC. I love PC gaming. PC gaming. People saying that, you know, if you are part of the PC master race, you know what gaming is all about. But I would have to say, you know, and you know, Bet, you can probably agree with me, that consoles, the plug and play consoles, you know, pretty much expanded where gaming is and where it can go.
Absolutely. Where, especially, you know, I remember specifically around the PS3 360 era, like Xbox One era, we were heavy into PC gaming, like extremely heavy. And getting new players in that we would meet on, you know, play on game consoles, and they'd be like, "Oh, you play PC? Yeah, we're going to get in." And then for them to understand, like, "Oh, wait, I've got to update my drivers. Oh, how are you getting? I built the same computer you do. How are you getting better frame rates than me?" And it's like, "Well, I've tweaked this, I've done this, I've added. Are you on the latest driver? Are you on this? Are you on that?" And it was just, it became a realization real fast that the average person, when it comes to, there is a stigma behind a lot of PC elitists, I think, that get in their head that like this is the ultimate platform. And while it's very good, and I'm not going to sit here and beat them up. As a PC user, you kind of got to open your eyes, right? You got to open your eyes. That's like, it's something that even as somebody that uses Linux, I daily drive it. I've used it for as I've never really touched Windows 10 and 11, especially on my hardware. But it's one of those things of like when you get on the forums on Reddit and stuff, and you got newbies asking, "What about Linux? What distro? What this? What that?" The average person doesn't need Linux, and they're not going to gain anything from using Linux other than, I mean, Windows 11 is becoming a little bloated. It's got AI features in it that people are trying to shut down. Like, okay, I get it. But at the end of the day, the average user, you know, we have to be a little more mindful of what this person's capable of doing, what they're capable of running. And it's really hard as a user to sit here and say, "Oh, well, just get in the terminal and type this in and you're good to go." And it's not that simple anymore. It's, you know, it's the best that it's ever been right now. And it's since Valve has jumped in with Proton and updated things, Linux is awesome.
Yeah.
It's not the end all be all. There's still a ton of games you can't play on the system. If you Call of Duty, you like playing Forza, you're not going to get it on there. You know, Forza Horizon works, but Forza Motorsport, no, doesn't work.
Wow.
You know, anti-cheat. It's you know, it's the Achilles heel. It's Microsoft's Achilles heel. They've got the anti-cheat available. So, but it's not like you're going to jump over there. And the thing is too, is lots of people get over there to it and they're just like, "Oh, well, I tried it and it just sucks." And it's like, well, yeah, what you did, yeah, it broke. Okay, it doesn't necessarily suck. It's just something you've got to learn. And but yes,
steep learning curve. Very, very
yeah,
steep learning curve. Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, all of this tech, all of this stuff, it's you got to open your eyes and say, "Hey, that box plugs in. It just works. The disc goes in it. Everything works. The downloads work. There's no setup. It just works." At the end of the day, 90% of people just want to sit down and have things work. They don't want to. They don't want to be like, "Oh, well, I got to go to a terminal and I've got to type this in and I've got to do this," or, "Oh, my drivers are out of date. I got to go update." No, when they sit down, they want to play. And any Steam user will tell you, if you have a lot of games installed, you get on there to play the game you're wanting to play that day, will have an update. It's always severe.
Wow.
You know, it's just is what it is. But at the end of the day, we're all looking for the same common goal. It's just some people want to have a lot easier access of just sitting down and enjoying themselves.
That's true.
They don't want to spend the hour they've got. They don't want to spend 30 minutes with it messing with tweaking something or doing something to make it work. They just want it to work, so they have that full hour.
Yeah. See,
Right.
but since our topic and everything is Need for Speed, I mean, we're dating back to like the DOS, MS-DOS. Remember MS-DOS?
Oh, yeah.
MS-DOS and everything.
Wait, it goes back that far?
Yeah. Need for Speed. The Need for
wow.
Speed was on MS-DOS, and Road and Track was pretty much the one who was the catalyst of this particular game. Supposedly, it was supposed to be a realistic, driving simulator game, and there wasn't that many cars. You had like he had a Ferrari. You had yes, you can upgrade your car. Well, you couldn't really tweak your car at all. It was pretty much like you have like a set amount of cars. Each car is pretty much stock, and you're driving and racing. Either similar cars or the same cars. But then, if you're breaking the rules, you get chased by the cops. And the cops, they chase you as you're racing and you're driving and hoping you actually get to the finish line before you actually get caught. And if the cop gets in front of you and they stop you, you technically you get arrested and everything, and your game is over, and you have to start all over again. But games like that was pretty much what people liked. People loved games like that, But yeah, like PC, like 3D style type of games was big back then. Even before 3D games were like really 3D, like and polygons. It was more pixels, and it pushed more. Pushed more out of the hardware and also the GPU and the CPU. Well, before the GPU even existed.
Yeah, I was going to say
there wasn't even no GPU.
We're early of that.
There was no such thing.
Yeah.
It was basically all CPU driven. This is before gigabytes. This is before megabytes.
This is before 3D accelerated graphics cards. This was
Yeah.
all 2D based stuff.
Yep. Before super graphics, before all that stuff.
Yeah, we're talking all software rendering, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and everything, and the nice little, the 56K modems.
Oh crap! Heck, you're probably talking more like 26K back then.
Oh, 26K! Oh gosh, yes. The times where the telephone rings and you're cut off.
Oh yeah, instantly you're dead in the water. And you're probably playing with 400 ping anyway, so
exactly, and ring, you've been disconnected. Oh, dang it! Before AOL, before all that stuff, we're talking about these are fun times that a lot of people don't know, probably have not experienced before, because these are the new generation of players who actually were so used. They probably, the first console was maybe the PlayStation 2, maybe the PlayStation 3, and they haven't experienced, like Apple II computers, because that was that. I back in grade school, Apple II computers were like the thing, and I would sit right there at the computer, like with big buggy eyes like this, and I would just be sitting there trying to break the thing. Remember the turtle game where you have to sit right there and you have to type in angles and stuff like that, and I would sit right there and I would just try to figure out angles and what to make and stuff like that, and I would always sit right there. My brain would be sitting there. I wonder if I could make a robot. I wonder if I could draw a robot with the it would always run out of line. It would run out of ink. It says out of ink. It will say out of ink and everything once it gets to a certain point. And I'm like, So I would sit right there and I have a whole sheet. I wish I still had it. I had a little tiny little notebook. I had the big margin paper. I had my pencil, and I would sit right there. I'd just sit right there, writing down marks and just angles and all that stuff. And I'll have a whole entire sheet, and I would be typing the whole entire thing in the computer while I'm, and even my teacher, Mrs. Macmillan, I remember her like yesterday. She would sit right there. What are you doing? I was like, I want to try to make a robot. That's exactly what I said. And they said, I don't think you could do that. You're running out of line, because the code was just kept on going, and you just writing it down. So I pressed the enter button. It would get halfway through the head, and then it would just say out of it. Oh, good times, man. Good times. So I'm sorry, I'm geeking out. But yeah. So anyway, the subject at hand. You guys love racing games. Everybody's played them. Need for Speed. Before Need for Speed Most Wanted, before Need for Speed Carbon, before Need for Speed Rivals, before any of those games, there was the Need for Speed. Racing games have pretty much evolved. Back in the day, playing remember Rad Racer on your NES?
Outrun.
Oh yeah, and yeah, Outrun in the arcade. These
and the Sega Master System.
Oh gosh, yes indeed. Good times. Everyone loves racing games, so I'm gonna do a little round robin. We're gonna talk about like the first racing game you've ever played, and if you ever ever played a Need for Speed game, and which one was the first one that you ever played. So first, let's start with our guest. The first racing.
I was about to say, don't be rude. Let him go first.
Yes, of course. No. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not hogging a lot. No, this is all about Vet today. I want Vet to say what was the first racing game you played, and was it your favorite? And then tell me what Need for Speed game that you actually first experienced.
First racing game that I ever played. Oh, I'm gonna have to roll my head around a little bit for this one. That would probably be a game called Street Rods on DOS.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. In it was kind of set like back in the 1950s. And it was just kind of like you saw the side profile of your car. And you could pull it in the garage. You'd get like all these different like Chevy Bel Air and different hot rods that you could upgrade. You could put different paint jobs on it, different motors in them, upgrade it. And then the whole thing was you drove out, you pull your car out of the garage and you go over to this diner, and there'd be cars that pull in the parking lot. And you could select whether or not you wanted to drag race them. And then you kind of built like you would race the cars and kind of build up. There was one car on there. I can't remember. All I can remember is a black car with flames on it. And I couldn't tell you what kind of car it was today to save my life. But I do remember he was like the final boss. When you beat him, you beat the game. But if you tried to race him early, you were off the road. You were crashed, wrecked, and game over.
Yeah. So I actually have the game running on the screen, so everyone could kind of take a look at that game, Street Rods, that you're mentioning.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that way people can get an idea of what it actually looked like. And
you went through
the cars.
Sorry.
Yeah, you went to the newspaper to find used cars to buy. It was super freaking cool the way this game worked. And to go back on the school, like we talk about how you were playing games. Well, we had computer class and it had a bunch of old computers. Well, I put this on about 4 different floppies and passed them out to my buddies. And when we'd get done in typing class, we'd insert that damn floppy and we'd play this game.
Wow.
And the teacher just, as long as we were done with our school, as long as we were done with the work, she didn't care.
Oh, okay. You still got your stuff done.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that was kind of like the goal. Like then it became like the thing. She held on to the disc for us, and she was like, "Whenever y'all get done with your schoolwork, you can have your disc." So it was kind of one of those deals of like to make sure we kept plugging away.
Mm-hmm.
But dude,
you got honorable though, so you know what I mean.
Oh
You
yeah,
just needed a little extra.
yeah, and yeah, I absolutely love this game. It was one of those games that all of my buddies love this game.
Wow.
Um, and then I have to say, probably my first Need for Speed. I can tell you right now off the gate, it's the Need for Speed. Um, we played the original Need for Speed. I'll never forget the cheat codes to race on the moon track and drive the Warrior car. That was like a hopped up jet car. Uh,
Yeah.
Absolutely freaking enamored with Need for Speed. Uh, couldn't get enough of it. Uh, yeah, that was Need for Speed was totally the first one was my first experience with that.
That's awesome, man. So now that you said your first Need for Speed game, which one, like out of the Need for Speed series, which Need for Speed do you feel was the best one you've played? Because there's a lot of versions of it, and I'm pretty sure there was one in particular that actually really said, "Damn, this is really damn good Need for Speed game."
So when this is kind of a two-part for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I'm gonna have to say this is a two-part thing for me. When I was younger, Need for Speed series from Need for Speed 1, 2, when I landed on Need for Speed 3 and 4, I played it on PC. I didn't play it on PlayStation. And there were forums and there were ways to get mods. There was track updates, there was car updates, there were like people were making car models, putting them into the game. So it became like an obsession. There was a car manager software because the game would only allow you to import like 100 cars in. And then there was some car management software that was just like you click a button and it drops that one out. You click a button and it puts that one back in. So you could kind of do it that way. Need for Speed 4 actually got some mods to help manage that car list in the game, but I can't tell you how many thousands of hours I spent on Need for Speed 3 and 4, but I could have probably drove hometown at full speed and the fastest car backwards with my eyes closed.
Oh wow!
I mean, I knew that. I probably could have tested that theory back in the day. I'm not kidding. I spent thousands of hours playing cops and robbers, and
That's
I
dedication.
I lived in my little bubble in my dark bedroom. I lived in my little bubble at nighttime, and I would drive the crap out of those cars. And it was cops and robbers, and I was living my own little fantasy world, playing my game. There was no storyline, but by God, in my head there was. So we were playing it out.
Wow.
But when it come to the new franchises, probably my favorite new one is going to be Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the remake, 2010.
Oh, okay.
That's my bread and butter. That's probably my favorite. A close second would be Rivals. Just I love the cops.
Oh, you like Rivals?
I
Okay.
love the cops and racer aspect.
Okay.
I know everybody's going to say Most Wanted and stuff like it. For me, it was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I dodged the underground scene. I don't know why that game did not sit with me. I'm like, why am I driving? It didn't sit with me well when I'm like, I'm playing a racing game. Why am I driving a damn Dodge Neon? I want to drive a Ferrari. Like,
Right? That's understandable. Right. That's understandable.
And
I'll
that was
race you
kind of
with my Ford Fiesta.
yeah, and that also introduced the aspect of the game that yeah, I guess the purist in me hated was the nitrous and the turbo, like the turbo boost. But it just it's just one of those deals. I guess I'm too much. I'm too old. I guess.
It's all right.
Listen,
Ain't for everyone.
yeah, everybody. See, the thing is, there's always that consensus about pure racing and fantasy racing. You know, and also the underground scene when it comes to road, like actual road and track, drag racing. with with the cars, everything with its natural, engine and its speed, velocity, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And people see, the thing is that there are some nerds, real big nerds when it comes to like cars, just knowing everything backwards and forwards, knowing about the yeah, go ahead.
My Forza and Gran Turismo setups, they're ridiculous. So I get the nerd point of it, and my Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon, and Gran Turismo setups, even down to my iRacing and Assetto Corsa setups and stuff. Yeah, it gets meticulous.
Yes.
You know what? While you're on that, let me ask you, which is your most tricked out car in any of those sim games? Which is your favorite? Which one is your most like tricked out? Which one's your most powerful? Which one's your fastest? Which one's your favorite? Personal favorite?
My most tricked out car on my most tricked out car on Forza Motorsport, because that Forza Motorsport is kind of where I landed. I love Gran Turismo. It just Forza is a little more in my heart. Xbox and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna say probably the McLaren P1.
Very
nice.
It's up there. It's very much so up there. I've got one that's heavily modified, heavily upgraded. It's stupid, and I don't know many people that can control the car. About the only person I know that can control my cars is my cousin, who has extremely crazy cars. Just like the GTRs. I love GTRs, especially like the R32, R33s. Those are kind of my favorites. I'm an oddball. Everybody likes the R34, R35. I'm always the oddball. I'm always something different. Like, I got to be that guy. I can't be normal, I guess. But yeah, I would definitely say it's my McLarens. It's probably my McLarens and GTRs that are just stupid, insane, stupid fun. Yeah, they're all-wheel drive and insanity, and I love every minute of it.
All right, so here's a follow-up now. Have you played a game where you were able to drive your namesake?
Oh, the Corvette?
The exact model. Like the exact model of your favorite model.
So Gran Turismo 1, Gran Turismo 2, it's always the first car I chase for. It's like it's just synonymous. I got to go for it. In Gran Turismo 7, it was one of those that I had to get a hold of. Pretty much in almost every game, I pretty much every game that has it, I pull it out. And then but most of the time, believe it or not, it's one of those funny deals. I never upgrade it. I just drive it as it is.
So
really?
basically, so you play stock. You actually race it. You race stock.
You like it stock?
Yeah. I like that car in its stock form. It's just one of those things. I love that car, and I'm just like, I just want to leave it alone.
Perfectly engineered already.
Yeah. It's horrible actually when you drive it, especially when you go back to like Gran Turismo 1 and 2. The thing corners like a brick.
Yes, I know.
But I freaking love it. Like, the car's just sliding off the track. You're going 10 miles an hour in the corner. And I can't get enough of it. So yeah, there you go.
Oh man, to be honest with you, Sega GT. If everybody remembers that game, Sega GT, when it came out for the OG Xbox, I remember Sega GT. I actually was playing that game.
That's where I drove my car.
Yeah, and I was playing that game to death. I mean, literally sitting right there trying to mod the game, trying to mod the cars, get wheels, fix the torque, fix the accelerators.
What was your car, dude?
Dude. Oh man. Oh, what was that car? What was that car's name? I'm very, very bad when it comes down to the actual name of the car.
Well, it didn't help much either because Sega GT didn't have licensed car names.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
It was like one of those. It was like make and model lookalikes.
Exactly.
Yes.
They did like
GTA.
CC models and stuff of the car.
Yeah.
And
it was weird.
I mean, now as being, I can tell what it is now, but back then, hell, I would have told you that, yeah, that's a Skyline, that's a Supra, that's a
Mhm.
Celica, that's a,
If anything, I would say that because there was a car that was almost like the General Lee. It was like it was a must. It was it
Yeah, so the
it
Charger.
looked like it wasn't exactly because you can't the designs, you can't design your car exactly the way you want it to. Yeah, you get to mod the colors a little bit, but you can't really do all the stuff that you can do in all the other games.
it
I mean,
it was one of those scenarios that I remember playing Sega GT and the Dodge Viper. They had the Dodge Viper 2000
God, yes.
concept car.
Mhm,
That
yes.
car drove absolutely atrocious. It was beyond crap. And I played Sega GT religiously, and it wasn't until Sega kind of killed that system off, and I got a PS2 and got Gran Turismo 3's first. It wasn't the first game. First game was Ridge Racer Type 5,
Of course.
but Gran Turismo 3 was number 2 title on the list. And it wasn't until I touched Gran Turismo 3 that I realized Sega GT sucks.
Oh, listen. Hey, I can't argue with that. I can't because Sega GT was like the game to play at the time that was close enough to be almost emulation, but not quite because the car battles sucked. The controls were horrible. I mean, just the braking and and just trying to get the car, tweaking your car, trying to get the right turns, and it was just horrible. But
I would rather play Daytona USA over that game, to be honest with you.
Well,
Oh,
Daytona
100%.
Listen, Daytona USA is like, I mean, how could you even compare? It's like comparing apples to freaking pineapples.
Look,
just,
it's Daytona USA.
Yeah.
It's Test Drive Le Mans, and then however you want to filter the other racing games from Sega Dreamcast, just filter them down below. Well, I take that back. Number 3 is going to be Star Wars Pod Racer. It's got to be Star Wars Racer.
Okay.
After that, then filter it out. Then it can just be all the whatever below it. It doesn't matter.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. But see, here's the thing. I kind of go off kilter here, but who's played F33 Ferrari
F355 Challenge?
Yes. Who's played it? I played it in the arcade. It has 3 screens. It was 3 screens. It was a sit down arcade, arcade racer. You had 3 screens. You could be able to see the side of your cars, with the rear view mirror, and everything was authentic about the game.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And it was all interior. There was no exterior racing. It was pure, like, racing. And the car was stock. So there was no upgrades. There was nothing. But you got to choose, like different makes and models of the Ferrari. And each one had its own, its own like plus and minuses, so to speak. The strengths and weaknesses. But the racing was pure because when it comes to cornering, you had to brake right at the right time. You had to turn the wheel at the right angle, getting everything, because you could actually crash your car. Like you'll see the cracks in the window and all that stuff, and as you're racing, and I would get mad because it was $1 every single time you play the game. There was literally no continues. You can't continue exactly where you were. You had to start all over again. It was just pure.
I have never
racing.
been so mad in my life as playing F355 Challenge on Sega Dreamcast with the racing wheel that I wanted to break in my hands because I could not figure out how to win on Suzuka Motor Speedway, and it was the anger that was building up in my teenage body was not having it.
It was brutal. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful game. No doubt. No doubt it was a beautiful game. It was just
it was a
the learning
showcase
curve
game.
was hard. The learning curve was so steep in that game. You had to be a racing purist just to play that
Plus,
game.
it's hard for you New York guys.
Well, yeah. I guess you can say
Y'all
that
don't
too.
drive. Come on, man.
Yeah, no. Hey, no. I mean, listen. Hey,
I'm not making fun of you. It's just fact. New Yorkers don't drive as much as
okay,
everyone else.
no apologies, none taken at all. But still, but I would say that you had to have a lot of patience. You had the clutch there. It was no automatic. It was all like literally like stick. It was stick drive.
Video games taught me how to drive stick. Isn't that messed up?
Well, yeah, but see,
That is messed up.
FD55 Challenge literally forces you to learn stick because automatic was not cutting it. It was you can't play that game.
You wouldn't have caught up. You wouldn't keep up.
Yeah. You'll be.
I'm laughing at my friends who can't get out of first gear. It's hilarious.
Every time. Yeah. You'll have to learn how to go down gear. To bring the third and thing, and then when you're driving the thing, using the clutch, making sure that you actually get those turns right. Patience.
It's the same principle as
timing.
bike when you were growing up, dude.
Yeah. But the thing is,
same gears.
Yeah, but the thing is that I had that game, and I think I prematurely got rid of the game because it was just one of those games that was just like so unbelievably difficult. And I guess I got so frustrated. I was like, I can't play this game. And I must have. There's like one. It was one of the many times that I actually got rid of a game because it was simulator mode. It was almost like Microsoft Simulator, Microsoft Air, simulator, the racing, like the flying games and stuff like that.
Yeah,
playing that for the PC. Yeah, playing that for the PC all the time. Trying to land your plane. And get frustrated because you're going down too fast and just trying to get the nose up when you're trying to land.
The night flights.
Yeah.
The night flights are scary.
One of those. But seriously, a lot of racing games have gotten so much better. But I noticed, have you noticed that a lot of the games, like a lot of racing games, have went away from pure realism. Like the Forza Motorsport type of games, because you notice they stopped those. They stopped making those games. They went straight to Forza Horizon, and you're not seeing like pure racing anymore. Granted, it gets close, but it's more the arcadey
simulation.
They get away from the simulation and become more arcadey. Have you been noticing that?
I think there's a reason for that. And I think the reason is that the true arcade titles like iRacing, Assetto Corsa, R Factor, they're all blowing up on PC. They've got bigger communities than they ever have. When it comes to consoles, console race rigs they pale in comparison to what's available on PC. I mean, you want to spend 10, 20, 30, 40, $100,000 on a race rig, you can do it on PC. And that stuff isn't available on consoles. So I think that has a lot to do with it, but I also just think that iRacing and a couple things like that, the communities when it comes to Forza Motorsport and GT7, while good, it's the hardcore fans, the hardcore racers. They've moved on to big, the big actual simulators for the simple fact of if you get on Gran Turismo and play in multiplayer or Forza and play in multiplayer, you've got people hitting you. You're trying to drive the perfect line. You're trying to stay spaced correctly. You're trying to pass correctly. And what do you get? You get Joe Blow over here that just wants to cut you off, blow you off into the corner. And when it comes to our, for Gran Turismo and Forza, there's no penalties for that. They don't care. They don't monitor it like that. But when you do that in iRacing, you can get kicked the hell out, and you can actually get permabanned from iRacing. Whoa. And that means all of the cars you bought, all of the tracks you bought, if you spent hundreds or thousands of dollars on your tracks and cars, you've lost it. You don't get that back.
Wow,
they don't care. It's, in an iRacing and stuff like that, you actually have to qualify for license. You have to do certain things and it's taken very, very seriously. It's just like, no offense, it's just like a real race car, like getting a real license in a real race car. So it's definitely difficult. It's definitely a pain in the butt. I am not very high licensed. I'll tell you that, because it is hard as hell to get a high end license in that game.
Oh, this game looks serious. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, iRacing is absolutely probably the most serious sim. But the thing of it is that because it is so serious, the hardcore racers are falling away from what's available in consoles. And to be fair, most people that play hardcore simulation, I mean, that's a very niche market. And so when it comes to making racing games more accessible, more fun, I think that's kind of why I always liked Forza Motorsport over Gran Turismo, is because it was always it was more simcade than actual simulator.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was just more accessible. It was more fun. It was more fun to tweak. It was more fun to I mean, it was just about fun with Forza. It always felt fun. Gran Turismo always wanted to take itself seriously, but I don't think it's as serious as its competitors. I think its competitors, beat it pretty severely. But it sucks too that the last Forza Motorsport didn't sell well, didn't do well, and now they're sticking with Forza Horizon. Like, that's kind of, I don't like that. Forza 3, 4, 5, up to Forza 7. I mean, they stole hours and probably years of my life. So the new Forza, the way they changed it, it just ruined the old formula, and I hate it. I cannot do it. I bought it, and Forza 7 is installed on my Xbox Series X over there, and that's what'll stay on it until something else actually worth my time comes out. But I don't see that happening during this generation of consoles anyway. So I guess it's 7 for me.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the thing I know about this generation of racing games, we just found out recently that EA is actually moving away from the Need for Speed franchises now, and Criterion, as its former self, they are no longer. Yeah, and Criterion, their subsidiary is pretty much, they're breaking away from that particular genre of racing, like Need for Speed, Burnout, and the like.
Didn't Criterion become a secondary studio under the Battlefield banner?
Yeah, exactly. They did. So now Criterion is pretty much, with the Battlefield team, so to speak, because there's been a lot of corporate cutbacks, and you notice that a lot of staff they've been leaning throughout the whole entire industry. Let's be real. The entire industry is getting lean. I mean, you're seeing staff cuts all over the place. Every single studio is not safe. It's not, and most of the staffs, they kind of got bloated after the pandemic and stuff like that. They actually increased staff to the point in the thing where they actually have stay at home, work at home environments and what have you. And now that that things have kind of leveled off in a sense, and budgets started to blow up, they're starting to lean, kind of scale back now. They're saying, okay, well, we have a lot of redundant positions here, there, and everywhere, and we're scaling back. So now people are actually kind of losing their positions, and I mean, listen. I am not against. I'm completely against, people losing their job. But in this kind of market, it's volatile. It's a volatile market. So
it is. And if you look at id, like, let's take id for example. Yeah. They were just a little over 200 people, 200 employees.
Yeah.
And you saw the backlash on the internet, and everybody's complaining about Microsoft fired all these people. It's never id. They're running id. And then only to find out id comes out, makes a statement today to say, we have the same amount of people that we had when we made Doom 2016,
which was
right now.
Which was an amazing game. Oh my goodness.
But if you look when they started getting fat, Doom Eternal wasn't as good as Doom 2016. Then Doom the Dark Ages. While I love both those games, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't love them. They're not what Doom 2016 was. the passion was lost. And I think
Right.
because we've got, like you said, we've got too many people trying to build the games. It's creating too much of a buffer. This guy doesn't know why he's designing this certain thing. There's no passion behind what's happening, and the games suffer for that, and we start losing quality over that.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I was telling Taurence about this last week. I told when we heard about the news that they're cutting all these people. I mean, if you got people there, because you have a high quality of people that are not even qualified for the job. So they're not even they're just there to collect the paycheck though. Because if you remember, do you remember back in before Elon Musk had Twitter, you had all these employees like videotaping their work life. So I come to work and I go work out in the gym and I go have my breakfast and then I go to the meeting, I listen to this stuff and I go downstairs and I have my lunch and then I go play some little what's it called, table tennis, and I go check out the games, and then after that I listen to a few meetings. I go upstairs and play some handball, some guys. Then I go get my snack and I get. It's like they're not there to do any work. It's like they're just collecting a paycheck. If that's all what you're doing, it's like an adult daycare. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. So if this, like I told people before, they could say all they want to. Oh, so you don't care. No, I do care about people losing their jobs. If they're actually doing the work and they're getting cut, I care for these people. But if it's people that are just there, that are not doing the work and they're not doing a good job putting out good quality games, I'm sorry, you gotta go. It's the way it is. If you're not doing your job right, you gotta leave. You gotta hit the road.
Yeah, not only that, but it's taking too long for games being made, and it actually it inflates the budget. It completely inflates the budget. Like for instance, you get a budget. Let's just say you get a set budget. I'm gonna give you, I don't know. Let's do a round boundary. 1,500,000. Whatever, right? Okay.
Okay.
You have that much money. I want you to make X, Y, and Z. You have the idea. Everything's set. Okay, months go by, years go by. Year 3, year 4, no product. Year 5, okay, you're halfway there. We're gonna need a little bit more time and a little bit more budget. Why? Oh, because we have this, that, and the other. We want to get this in. We want to bring this in. We want to bring this in. We need more staff. We need more staff to do this. We need more staff to do that. And they're pouring money in, but you're not getting anything back because nothing's made yet. So you're sitting right there, and every fiscal year, you're sitting right there, and the budget's inflating every single year. Of course, it's gonna be a problem. And you don't make that money back. Let's just say the game gets released, and you're expected to make, sell at least 1 million copies. Let's just say 1 million copies. That's a low ball. 1 million copies. Let's just say that, right? It's a highly ambitious project, and the product comes out and it didn't hit. Let's just say it didn't hit, right? It barely hit 500,000 copies, and they're sitting right there, and you're expecting, okay, well, at least we tried. No, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear, okay, so how are we gonna get our money back? We gave you this much money to build this game. Where's the product? I need the product. So
they say, "Where's the product?" or "Where's the money, Lebowski?"
Yes.
Where did it go?
Exactly.
Johnny, this guy. I love that movie.
Yeah, indeed. So
thank you.
Yes. So
I had to throw that in there.
So doubling back to Criterion, when's the last time that they actually made a Burnout series, or better yet, any series that was actually fun? Criterion did jump into the Need for Speed series for a short period of time. I think it was around Rivals. And another Need for Speed game that came out that was more like a live. It had live actors It's been a while since live actors actually came into the foray. I think I played.
Yeah,
It.
they start hiring.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
and it was
Criterion killed it in 2010 with Most Wanted. The remake of Most Wanted.
Yes.
They killed it. It was
Yeah.
Burnout Paradise with actual cars we knew. And since then, we've had Most Wanted, we had Most Wanted, we had Hot Pursuit, Rivals, and then the series went to garbage again.
Yeah. I think but see, here's the thing. When there's too many hands in the pot and everything, you spoil the recipe. That's pretty much exactly what happened. The budget's inflated, the ideas became too ambitious, the purity of the game gets diluted, and then it just becomes a shadow of itself.
Yeah.
I think the same thing happened to Burnout. I would say Burnout Paradise would be pretty much. It was an ambitious idea because it was almost like Burnout World.
Yeah.
Where you actually can go anywhere, race anywhere, do anything you want to, kind of thing. Also became kind of confusing too because it wasn't like purely going from place to place and doing a certain task. You had to search for it. So, of course, certain stunts and you're, breaking billboards and all that stuff. Yeah, those medial tasks they threw inside there. And, of course, the online community, where you actually get an opportunity to pretty much burn out a certain length of road and actually beat someone else's time. And I'm still trying to beat someone else's time. There's a time on this certain track that I'm trying to beat. And I had to get back into it and everything because I know he probably thwarted my freaking best time. But yeah, it's the kind of thing that I love it, but it lost the essence of what Burnout actually was. It was all about smashing and crashing cars, and while you're racing, and actually causing destruction, which was actually amazing, And Burnout Revenge, I would say, was the definitive version of Burnout, the Burnout series.
I'd agree with that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Burnout Revenge was like the definitive version of the Burnout series. Even though Burnout 3 was fantastic and it still is to this very day, Burnout Revenge, was like the pinnacle to me.
It was peak arcade.
It was peak. Yes, it was. The music was great. I mean, come on, you had Fall Out Boy, you had a few other artists, and the music just resonates with you. And then of course you had the Crash Breaker mode and stuff like that, where you had to do, get the best crash, seeing complete destruction of cars, and and doing a Crash Breaker and stuff. Oh man, come on, that's so much freaking fun. It's fun. It's epic fun. And that's what I love about games like that. And I think, of course, there's a lot of games that actually emulated that, what was I'm trying to remember. There's another racing game that came out. It was called, was it called, Pulse? No, it wasn't called Pulse. It was called something else. Came out by,
I do remember Pulse, though.
Yeah. And, it was a racing game that was in lieu of Burnout, in a sense, but also had a little bit of Wipeout with the weapons and stuff like that. I forgot what the game was called. Oh my goodness gracious! I can't believe it.
While you're thinking of that, I want to ask Pat a question.
Go ahead for it.
Right, dude. Do you have a certain type of car genre you enjoy? Your personal favorite?
Car genre?
Yeah, well, not genre. I'm trying to think of the right word. A certain type of make, model, type. Not necessarily a brand, but a type. Are you into American Muscle? Are you into imports? Are you into...
I'm totally into... I totally love imports. I think imports are absolutely awesome. It's funny, you've always heard that saying, there's no replacement for displacement. Yet Europe and the Asian market have proved us wrong time and time again with better running and driving cars.
Mhm.
But no, I'd say I love import cars. Uh, I do
You've seen
love.
them.
I love some old school muscle. I mean, when I was a kid, when I was 16, my first truck was a '82 Chevy short wide with a 383 stroker in it. Uh,
Nice.
like I love the naughtiness. God dang, I just love cars. Like at the end of the day, I just love cars. I can't afford the cars that I wish I could love. But
You and I both, pal.
uh, I just pretend I get my F-150 and I put it in sport mode and just pretend that I'm in something fast. But
Nice.
no, it is what it is. It's all fun.
So Johnny, because I'm gonna throw it your way because I mean, listen, you and I, we all love watching Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now we know like games like Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Most Wanted, games like that.
Underground 2 was a good one.
Oh yeah, we fell in love with that the underground scene in a sense. Because when it came to besides the music, I mean, the music was actually fantastic as well.
Right.
We actually had that, that kind of feeling of just the rebel feeling, of actually having a car that was not necessarily street legal, but we actually could sit right there and just say, hey, okay, let's see what we can get away with.
Oh yeah.
As we race, games like Need for Speed Rivals, which was cool. It actually had the ability to do both worlds. You could be the part of the the street racing, or you could be the cops to stop them. So you actually you have the option. See, games like that I love because you could actually be able to put the spikes down to stop the cars. You have the shock, to EMP to cause the cars to slow down or things of that sort. Or you have the ability to have speed up and everything to ram your cars off the road. That was so much fun, especially online, because I seen guys soup up their freaking cop cars, man. When they get the level 3 freaking EMP and oh my goodness, I had a blast. I had an absolute blast with games like that, and it's almost like the cops and robbers, like everyone says cops and robbers. It's that same feeling, and I love it. The online community for games like that are things that I miss, and I feel like EA is kind of missing the ball with that, because if they're getting away with things like that, like we always talk about servers going down and things of that sort.
Yeah, I hate when they always do this though. Whenever EA, when they release a new Need for Speed game, right? I thought when they came out with Need for Speed Carbon, and then they came out undercover. I think that's when the series started to really fall off. And then they start putting these online achievements though, and then what happens is that once they cut the servers off, you can no longer get those achievements. So to get the 100% for those games, it's undoable now. You can't even get them now.
Yeah.
I hate when they add that crap to it.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing that sucks about certain online games. Like if you're an achievement hunter, right? When you go after like achievements and it's locked to online mode type of games, that's where things kind of go. Especially when it comes to racing games. Like I have racing games that the servers are just they're just no more.
Yeah, the servers are done. They're
done.
Closed down.
Yeah.
So
now I can't get those achievements for nothing now. I mean, even though come on, back in the day there was no such thing as achievements. Achievements was like a new accessory. You know, that was added to the genre. I think achievements didn't even show up until the 360
The 360 era.
The 360
Yeah,
era.
the 360.
Yeah.
That's when it all started, and then the PlayStation came out with their
with their trophies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
360
the game,
started off.
but the game I was talking about before was called Blur. Blur. It was
Okay, I remember Blur. Yes.
Yeah. So they actually was a former Burnout team that actually created this game, and the game actually had, you know, the options. You had like weapons and all that stuff. You could be able to, like, you know, knock your cars off the road and stuff like that. That was a fun game. Now another game series that I actually loved too was Midnight Run. Now Midnight Run is another game. It's almost like the underground racing scene. Same kind of concept, but Midnight Run was more of an arcadey style of racing game, and then they became a little bit more serious, like a Midnight Run 2, and then Midnight Run 3 Double Edition. You know, so Double Edition I actually have still, and I need to jump back into it because I mean that game was freaking amazing. I loved it. I loved the music. I loved the game. Gameplay, it was fantastic. I feel like games like that got affected because the Forza Horizon series really did almost blew the top off of the racing genre. Let's just be real. Forza Horizon really did peak everything. When you got the time attack, when you got the real world racing, when you got the real cars, when you got the modding, when you got the, you know, just create your own design, they peaked everything about racing in that little package. And that is probably the reason why a lot of racing genres are just kind of saying, okay, well, you know what? We tried. You know, you still got Assetto Forcetta games. You know, you got that. You still have what was another game that came out recently? The Crown. It's Crown Royale. It's a Crown Royale. It was what's the certain name, but it was made from Atari Games. Atari Games made it. It was.
Was it Test Drive?
Test Drive, yes. Test Drive, yes. Test Drive Unlimited. Test Drive Unlimited. They actually attempted to do stuff like that. Then, of course, you also had another game called what's it called? Was it called the Club? I think it was called where you.
Wasn't that part of the Midnight? No. There was a game just called the Club. Hold on.
There was a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
What was that freaking game's name now? It's lost. It's left my mind.
Yeah, there was one racing game from Capcom.
Drive Club.
Drive Club. There you go. Yes, Drive Club.
Okay. So, yeah, I was gonna mention this one racing game from Capcom. They use shell-shaded graphics though. Do you guys remember Auto Monolista?
Auto Monolista, yes. Oh, that game was beautiful. I love that. The
graphics were good in the game. I did like the arcade style, but the controls needed a little bit of work though. Capcom had something. If they would just like work on the controls a bit and the tune-ups with it, I think the game would have been great though. But it got mixed reviews though. So
yeah.
But it was a beautiful looking game though. I love the shell shading graphics, so that was always appealed to me.
Automobilista is one of those games that it didn't land well, I think, because of Gran Turismo and some titles like that were kind of outed, you know. But since then, there's a huge cult following for that game. That, I mean, I see a reason. I could see a reason for Capcom to want to bring that back, because there really is a massive cult following that's happened around that game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put it past Capcom. Capcom right now is dabbling in all genres right now. They're really
absolutely.
They're going into their back catalog and they're saying, what else can we do? And because they're really killing it. I mean, you know, just the Pragmata game that came out recently, fantastic. And then you had the Then of course you have the Monster Hunter series, which is still peaking right now. They're doing fantastic.
Yeah, then you got the new Onimusha coming out September
Onimusha
4th with the
with
sword.
yes. Oh gosh, man, great,
Yeah.
fantastic. Capcom is nailing it. Hand
Yeah.
over fist.
I do wish there's some IPs they would bring back though. You know.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're doing fine right now.
Yeah. It'd be fun if they actually got back into their arcade genres, and just modernized a couple of things. People have been asking for Alien vs Predator for the longest time. Capcom, for the love of God, can you please bring that to consoles? I don't understand that.
Well, the thing is with Capcom, they got to work with something with Disney, because Disney owns 20th Century Fox, and 20th Century Fox has the rights to the Alien franchise, the Predator franchise. If they could work something out, yeah, they can actually re-release that to the consoles. But I don't know why Capcom's not doing it, because they released it the Marvel vs. Capcom collection.
You know what? Sega, if Sega got the rights to Aliens, that means Capcom can get the rights to freaking Predator. Let's just be real. I mean, because I think it's all about the money. If the money talks, the game is going to come back. And that's my thing. About that. And I feel like everyone should know that any franchise can have a way of coming back, as long as the money is right, and also the deals exchange hands. It just it always happens. So but yeah, man.
Yeah, it's up to Capcom if they want to do this though. So I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, it's just like I said. I said this plenty of times. It's just frustrating that Capcom knows they see the beat 'em up genre is doing fantastic right now. It just frustrates me they're not bringing back like Final Fight or Captain Commando back. And you see these ninja games coming out, they're not bringing back Strider either.
Oh, Strider. Strider's another game that actually, the last Strider game came out for the
2014.
2014, yeah, which was an amazing series too.
That was a great game.
Yeah, so we're getting down to pretty much our last 15 minutes. Of our show. So
is there any other racing games we're going to talk about, like the Mario Kart series? I know they're all flashy. So.
Mario Kart.
I want to hear what that has to say.
Oh, okay, I bet. Yeah.
We haven't mentioned Mario Kart. I don't know why we haven't, but to me, I think the best one to me is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I think it's way better than Mario Kart World Tour.
Yeah.
I find 8 Deluxe more fun.
We have to discuss this, because I had a thought, and I definitely want your opinion on this.
Yeah.
Now, Mario Kart and Sonic Racing, so two completely different games, different styles, different whatever. Some people feel that Mario Kart should have never gotten the high accolades like Sonic Racing should have. What do you think? Well, do you think they are right when it comes to Mario Kart being pretty much overhyped in a sense, compared to Sonic Racing, which was more of a pure racing genre? It's pure racing with like warping, with going to different worlds and all that stuff. The characters, the cars, everything screams modding. You can mod your car. You can mod the way it races. You can speed, all that stuff. It even tells you the gauges.
Yeah.
Do you feel? Yeah. Do you feel?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, does that? Do you feel? Do you feel that? Do you feel that game was completely overshadowed, for some apparent reason, or do you feel like it was justified?
I think it was, to be honest with you, I think it was a little bit overshadowed, though. I mean, I don't know. I think it's because people didn't give that game a chance, though. But I thought Crossroads was a fantastic game, especially they added new stages, they added new characters, they got like crossovers now. I think what it is, I mean, the game did sell well, but it wasn't it wasn't up to Sega's expectations though. That was the problem. And to be honest with you, I find Crossroads a more fun game than Mario Kart World Tour. But if we're gonna compare that to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
So, but I thought Sonic Racing Crossroads. I think that should have won for best racing game over Mario Kart World Tour. I thought they were duped over that.
Yeah. Vet, what do you think? How do you feel about that? What's your opinion on that?
All right. So this kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is an amazing racing game. At the end of the day, it's pure, it's fun, it's unadulterated. But this is kind of where I see why Mario Kart World and even Mario Kart 8 win. And it comes down to the fact of accessibility, right? Sonic Racing Crossworlds it doesn't hold your hand. You're racing that. That is, you're either going to get good at it or you're going to suffer. Mm-hmm. Whereas, look at Mario Kart. It doesn't matter if it's World or 8. Out of the gate, the settings in Mario Kart, they're designed that out of the gate, the settings are setting you up to win your first race, to win your second race, and to keep you in that winning bubble, to hold your hand. You can turn it off. I'm not saying you can't turn it off and you can't make it a more aggressive game, but out of the gate, most people don't know about those settings. So yeah, they're playing an accessible game with their kids. They're enjoying it. Kids can get on there and they can win. I mean, my kids are going to pick Mario Kart over Sonic just for the fact that they can win. Whereas as someone that loves racing games, I'm going to play Sonic every time because it's going to give me the challenge of a lifetime, because especially if by the time you put that game on medium hardness, you're getting your butt whipped. And if you go up, it's an ass whipping scenario. Like just say what it is. I mean, but Mario, I think that's why Mario Kart just holds your hands more. It's more accessible. It's easier to get into. Sonic is a little more of a challenge. And let's face it, a lot of people don't like challenge. They just want to get on there and have a little bit of fun, go around the track and with their kids. And yeah, I think that's why Mario Kart's always probably going to beat Sonic. Sonic is since Sonic, if you look at Mario versus Sonic from back in the Sega Super Nintendo days, I mean, Sonic was the challenge. Mario was more of the everybody can play it. It's easy to pick up. It's easy to master. Sonic was easy to play. Good luck mastering it.
Mario was soccer and Sonic was football, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's pretty good. So, and Tony, what's your thoughts, on that? Because I mean, I still haven't had my opportunity to kick your ass and everything in that game. But that's
I know what's going on. We all got to get together and play that game. I'm still waiting. I mean.
Yeah. Well, I honestly can't give you a fair shake.
I hope you're not doing that at me. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Hey, listen, you know what? I mean, I'm down for a challenge, but Tony, come on, man. You kept on saying that's you're
for the show. I haven't gotten around to buying it yet.
I know. Hey, dude, I know. I'm patient.
I got a mortgage to pay, pal.
I know.
But anyways, I can't give either game a fair shake because I have not had a chance to play either.
Okay.
I don't own a Nintendo product and I haven't gotten around to Sonic Racing. I want to play both games. They both look like ridiculous fun, and I'd probably enjoy them both. But Vet did point out some differences, and I did notice that from past Mario games. They are extremely different from similar games of its type. Yeah. And I can see why it wins too. Yeah. But based on that track record of playing those games, yeah, I'd probably go towards Mario too.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, here's my honest opinion and everything. I had to start from the very top. I love Sonic Racing Crossroads. I love Crossroads. I love it. I
bet you I will too.
It's so much fun. Yeah, it's steep learning curve, huge learning curve, because basically, let's just put it this way: when it comes to modding your vehicle, I literally had to, like, because I started playing the game frequently, a lot, right? Then I realized, oh wait, I'm playing this game completely wrong. I started paying attention. I said, okay, what does the parts of the car actually do? Because you have to purchase the wheels, you have to purchase the bodies, you have to purchase all that stuff as you go, and each part gives you a strength or a weakness. Whether it gives you better acceleration, or it gives you better handling, or you have more strength than the thing, so you don't get knocked off the road, or or the speed is much better. When it comes to top speed, all these things matter, and even the character itself has an ability that actually helps the vehicle get its top peak. And I started to realize that. I'm like, oh, mind blown. So, because I was noticing that, certain stages, like when you want to get those stars, those little red stars and stuff like that in the game, and you want to get, certain vehicles can't do it because they don't have a light enough vehicle. You can't jump high enough. So you won't be able to get over that hump. So you'll bounce, but you'll just dive right into the ditch.
Yeah.
But the lighter the vehicle, higher you can jump, and then you could be able to get over and certain shortcuts you can't get to unless you have a strong enough vehicle. So you won't be able to get past a certain barrier unless your vehicle has that heft, i.e. Dr. Eggman, i.e. any other character like Knuckles, So you have to kind of think of that wavelength. So I really had to rethink everything as I was going through the game. And of course, the rivals. Oh, the rivals. Listen.
I got a question.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you can answer it, but this is more directed towards Vet.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Taurence is talking about these modifications and everything to these cars in Sonic Cross, whatever, right? How close are they to actual, like, Sims or Simcade type car parts? I haven't played either, so I wouldn't know.
I mean,
like, is it really accurate, or at least like loosely accurate, or is it just completely off the wall?
Oh, there's off the wall crap in there. It's a Sonic game. You can upgrade your cart, you can do little things to it, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's a cart game. I
don't have to worry about like drive trains or anything like that.
No, it's just a car. It's a car game.
Okay, that's what I was going here.
You get your set of different wheels on it. You get rims and your different, it's just off the wall fun. It just gives you a lot more customization than.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're actually down to our last 5 minutes of the. I wanted to give a shout out to our awesome guest, 455 Vet. You are awesome. Thank you for being an awesome Patreon member and everything. Your feedback is absolutely fantastic, especially in the chats. And of course, we will definitely want to get you back on another time and everything whenever you are available. You're like impeccable when it comes to video game knowledge and PC knowledge. So I would love to be able to pick your brain a little bit, especially when it comes down to PC modding. In the future, of course.
I'm ready anytime.
Even though they're more expensive. Listen, I've seen the parts. I went to funny story. I went to Micro Center. I haven't been to Micro Center in a long, long time. I went over there just to kind of take a peek. Okay. I said, "Are you kidding me?" And this place literally has discounts. Okay. Discounts, we're talking about $500, $600. That kind of discount. It used to be $250. It used to be like $150. $500 is considered a discount now. I said, what? Yeah, it's crazy, And I said, you know what? You better not just get yourself a base model and slowly but surely get used parts, or go on eBay and hope against hope that you can get yourself a pretty much decent, like a 4080 or something like that to be able to, you know, get your rig at least running at a decent pace or something like that, you know.
Yeah, I've told buddies of mine and had conversations, you know, like over the Steam machine, and everybody's complaining, you know, the price is, yeah, it's high. But like I told them, I said, you know, the difference is right now what we're seeing in the market is prices. So it's market, not the old market where these companies have bought an abundance of it and have it stockpiled so they can still offer the old prices. And I told a couple of them, I'm like, by quarter three, by towards the end of this year, the Steam machine is going to look like a really good price because everything around it is going to go through the roof whenever these RAM prices and all this other stuff finally catch up, because we haven't honestly seen the GPU prices and things like that because they do get so much supply and so much stock. That's when they have to buy their next set of stock. These things are going to go through the absolute roof when it comes to price. And it's going to trend and change the market entirely again. And it's a horrible market. I mean, we're looking at a 50% memory price increase in quarter three of this year, and then another 50% memory price increase of quarter one next year. That's 120% increase. And I love how they're like, oh, it's just 50%. Oh, it's just 50%. But at the end of the day, when you take 50% and then you add another 50% on it, that's 120% price increase. You know, so that is unreal. And yeah, these things, it's not done where we've not seen the worst of it. I do think that we're going to see $1,000 game consoles. But I think those $1,000 game consoles are going to look real attractive against a $10,000 PC.
Yeah, that's true. Willing to put a second mortgage on your house? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you'd be able to get yourself a pretty decent rig. Oh my gosh, yes. So
you're gonna refinance your children.
Refinance your children. Oh God, don't even get me started. Holy wow. Oh my goodness. So man, you know what? So, like I said, big shout out to 455 Vet. Thank you so much for joining our joining our awesome show. And
it's been a pleasure. Yes, it's been a pleasure. This has been an absolute blast. I've been looking forward to this all week.
Cool,
and
man. This has been epic. Hey, listen, you know what? Like I said, you know, and also we are our window is open. The thing, the next time you want to jump on, let us know. We know any new topic that's going on there. Thing, you know, you're definitely a great asset. And everything, especially you know your feedback and your knowledge as well is definitely, you know, a breath of fresh air. I can't even talk tonight. Holy cow. But yeah, you know, but let's just, I just want to give a shout out to all of our guests. Dorian, thank you for being an awesome Patreon member as well. You know, I would love to be able to get you on one of these days as well. And the thing, you know, just bring it here.
Dorian would be fun too, man.
Yeah.
We should have Vet and Dorian.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Yeah. We'll have, yeah.
That'd be a party.
Yeah, that would be a blast. I think we need to set that up.
Yeah, we definitely got to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just invite the entire chat. We'll have a big room.
Oh, jeez. It'd be
that would be
crazy.
Fun. That would be fun.
It would be crazy.
Yeah.
We got to cap it at a certain number. There can't be too many people.
Yeah.
Like,
of course.
Get half a dozen in here. We'll have some fun.
Indeed. And so, but shout out to you guys. Shout out to we have Dorian. We have Daryl jumping in. Thank you for joining us. We had Chris actually jumped in as well and everything a little bit. You know, listen, I would like to be able to have you on as well. You know, hey, listen, if you feel like jumping on, that'd be great. And if they let us know in the future, man, you know what? I would love to have more guests on the show because feedback of all different types definitely welcome in Gaming Trouble as well. Also, you know, look forward to other great shows. If you actually have not seen it yet, we have the first episode of it was actually our first pilot episode of GTTV, which is actually just shows a couple of trailers or whatever, and I think gives you a taste of what we're going to do this coming Saturday. It's going to be even more epic. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And of course, our official episode of Code X will be coming this next Thursday. We're not going to do it Wednesday anymore because Wednesday we're going to plan something pretty awesome. And I just wanted to make the announcement. We're going to probably start to do some gameplay sessions with some of our awesome guests as well. So we're going to play some great games, fun, have a good time, just shooting the shit. Just having a great time, playing some live games on, online with our awesome players out there, and just have a good time. I think it's gonna be great. And of course, I want to give a shout out also to our sponsor, Dubby. Listen, man, go for Dubby. It's actually an amazing drink. All the flavor, none of the crash. Go visit Dubby.gg. Check out the awesome flavors they have right there, and use our code TREBLE TR3 BLE. Get your 10% off of your first purchase, and tell them that Gaming Trouble sent you, and also be better. So, before we get going, you want to say some final words before you go get out of here at all?
Yeah, I would like to say thanks for having me on. It's been a blast. It's honestly been it's been a real pleasure getting to hang out with you guys every Friday, dude. It's like the thing I chase for the end of the week every week, and actually getting to be on here talking to you guys and actually getting to truly get to speak to you and know you. Yeah, it's been an awesome pleasure. Had some fun communicating with people in the chat too. So yeah, that's been interesting. So yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Indeed. Johnny?
No, just 455 Vet. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you here, and hope to have you again in the future. I would look forward to it, man. It's been a blast.
I'd like to echo the other gentleman, man. It was really great having you on. I feel like I got to know a new friend even better. That's awesome. And hopefully we all get to play something soon. Same with you guys in the chat, man. I can't wait to hang out with you guys just like we did with our boy Vet over here.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Let's keep this going.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Break through those limits.
Indeed.
Your princess is in another castle. All that good stuff.
All right, so just to let you guys know, just feel free to join our Patreon. Our Patreon is it's great. You can join for free, but you get better benefits if you join for only $3. It only takes $3 to get you become a awesome member. If you want to become a member, you get that awesome shirt. Vet, why don't you go ahead and show them that awesome shirt? Right there, just show it off. Oh, look at that shirt. Yes, you get that awesome shirt and everything if you join everything. It's actually one time you get that shirt, and that's on us. Just a thank you for becoming a Patreon member and everything, helping us build our awesome Triple Tribe. Looking forward to it. I think once again, thank you for us being a part of our Triple Tribe as well. So jump on in. Go to our Patreon page and the thing. You guys should be able to get your opportunity. It's going to be in the description below. And yeah. So, as I always say, keep on gaming, keep on leveling up, and we will see you next time on the next episode of Gaming Trouble. Peace!
See ya.